But instead, here we are, regular season week 5 of the Delaware High School football slate. Of course, there was a lot of, mystery coming into this week on whether or not, games would continue to play. But here we are. Let's sit back. Let's enjoy it. And the Knights have a 7-0 lead. What can the Ravens do to respond? The Ravens' offense has struggled all year. Of course, only 2 games, but they've only put up 15 points. Last week at Cape Henlopen, they scored on the opening drive. Can they replicate that and tie it back up here in Georgetown? Just from watching pregame warmups, I have to say Central looked very impressive with the wing T offense, and I think we saw that on that opening drive. Just a lot of misdirection, and that might be something that they go with a lot more with the end around. So now to kick it deep, it's going to be a squib up the middle, misplayed, picked up, return here from the Ravens. Going to be down. They'll get the ball at about the 37-yard line, and that's where the Ravens offense takes over. So Deshaun Matthews is on. He's your senior quarterback for Sussex Tech. This is his first year being the starting quarterback, and we'll see what he can do. We're going to see a different style offense out of the Ravens here. They're trying to run more of a spread option kind of offense, and we'll see how successful they are. They give it off to Ellingsworth, and he picks up some. Wow! And the offensive line keeps pushing. A 5-yard gain on the play for Ellingsworth, and that will lead a 2nd and 5. So if you're just joining us, we are just underway here in Georgetown, Delaware. Coming in on 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Patrick Cassett, on behalf of the whole Sussex Tech Sportscasting crew, thank you for joining us as Sussex Central is already up 7-0. If you've missed us and you've joined in late, a big touchdown run from Stratton. But now the Ravens back, and that's not going to do anything. That did nothing. They lost a yard on that play. 3rd and 6 now. And what do the Ravens have drawn up? I would think they're going to have to go to the air here, but we will see what the Ravens do. 3rd and 7. This might be a crucial down. You don't want to get the game out of hand because you've shown that you cannot stop this Central offense. So Matthews with it. He's going to drop back. He's got a man open. That's going to be a reception. A great play there by the Ravens. And you can't – and Ian Riley, he gets the catch. Playing both ways tonight. That's probably a name you're going to hear more than once tonight. So watch out for number 33, Ian Riley, as the Ravens pick up the first down. So the Ravens with a lot of turnover in the roster. Of course, a new head coach. So it's really a new beginning for the Ravens football program. Ellingsworth, he's met. That offensive line is not getting any push. The Central Golden Knights all over it.
That was Central. Alton Dennis with the stop.
So it'll be a 2nd and 11. The Ravens will see if they stick with Ellingsworth here on the ground. Ellingsworth probably the main key player to watch for the Ravens tonight. They give it back off to Ellingsworth. Ellingsworth, look, Connor Ellingsworth is going to have to work hard tonight. Looks like this Central defensive line is going to be all over the Ravens offensive line, but Ellingsworth able to pick up a few on the play. 3rd and 7 again here for the Ravens. Can they pick up the big 3rd down conversion again? Again, I would have to imagine they go to the air here, and we'll see what the Ravens draw up. Watch out for number 33, Ian Riley, on your screen, as we'll see maybe if he comes with a crossing route over the middle. What will Deshaun Matthews do? Put a man in motion. They give it on the end around. Good play. Oh, and what a tackle. What a tackle by number 30. Katai Tilley just coming around and absolutely stopping that play. What a play by Tilley. And just like that, it's 4th down, and the Ravens will have to punt it away. Jerron Sample, the Ravens punter here. A good snap and an end-over-end punt. He'll get a good bounce. This might bounce in. Central player picks it up. Probably could. Now he's running backwards. They're pinned inside the 5-yard line in a great change of field position.
Bringing up a first down for the Knights on their own.
For the Ravens. It would have been a risky call there, but that punt had the opportunity to go into the end zone for a possible touchback. But nonetheless, Knights still up 7-0. Ball on the 5-yard line to start out the drive. What will the wing T offense do for the Sussex Central Golden Knights? And they'll give it off. That's Stevens on the carry. Or no, it's not. That was Stratton on the carry. The misdirection in the backfield. And that leads to a Central first down. So just like that, Central no longer backed up on their own goal line. Ball now on the 15. About 3 minutes left in this first quarter action. Give it off. That time it is Stevens on the carry. He picks up about 3.
Stevens stripped up by number 5, Connor Ellingsworth.
And we'll see where they mark him. So they give a fresh set of downs here. And Central just taking their time, taking time off the clock. They're probably going to try to dominate the time of possession all night long here. Central is going to drop back the pass. It's a pass. He's a wide open receiver. And that was a really good saving tackle out of Trent Sapna.
Jerry Wilson with the catch.
But he was a wide open receiver for the Knights. This one's coming back. It's going to be a holding against Central.
Hold against Central.
So this play comes back. That will cost them 10. And that really negates the 30-yard play from Central. I'll tell you what, they faked out that Ravens defense there, and they had a few wide open guys down the field. So this will back up the Knights offense. Now back to the 8-yard line. We'll probably see him go back to the ground here. We got a 1st and 20 here. That's going to be given up the middle. Stevens. He'll pick up a few. We'll give him a 3-yard gain on that carry, and that will lead a 2nd and 17. That will be something interesting to watch here tonight and to see if Central leans on maybe the pass, tries to surprise the Ravens defense a little bit more. But obviously we're going to see a lot of run game out of Central. So Gardner under center, puts the man in motion, gives it on the end around. Stratton there. He's tackled in the backfield. And what a stop by Sample.
Chase Harmon. And
Sample setting the
stop.
edge. That's going to be a loss on the play. And now a 3rd down and long as we are under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. So they'll knock them back to the 8-yard line, 3rd and 20. Probably going to see them pass, but with this Central offense, the way that they run the ball, probably can't rule it out. And we'll switch. It's going to be a pass play. Got an open receiver. Great catch. And that's going to be enough to pick up the first down depending on the spot. Yes, it's a first down.
That was a catch by Deuce McGee.
And Sean McGee with the catch. Sean McGee with the catch there. And it looked like one of the Ravens defenders had an opportunity to get the tackle. He tried to go for the ball, tried to make a play. Can't blame him there, but instead it cost them a 3rd and 20 conversion from the Central Knights. That's the end of the first quarter.
Masks are required.
So now we'll see Central flip sides as Central will just try to run the clock out here. Essentially, they're up 7-0. First quarter action complete, and Central has dominated the line of scrimmage. So Central at this point has the time of possession gain from at least 2 to 1. And this Ravens defense, if this continues, is going to get very tired. But the Ravens defense, we saw, at least on that last set of downs, it looked like they were starting to figure something out with the end arounds, with the motion, with the wing T offense of Central. But Central, look, they have a good game plan. Control the clock, run the ball, and score points. And that's what they've done here in the first quarter. So we're here to start the second quarter. Ball will start on the 30-yard line for Sussex Central. So back in the wing T formation. Central now heading towards the north end zone. Be an end around here. A couple missed tackles. Bounces outside. It looks like that's Stratton on the carry. And Stratton will pick up about 8 on the play. And that will lead a 2nd and 2 for the Knights. This Tech defense just having nothing as an answer so far to stop Sussex Central. Of course, Sussex Central on the year, they are 2-2. They come in with a win their first week against Cape Henlopen, and last week they got a win on the road at Dover. 2 losses coming against Smyrna and Cesar Rodney, but that does not seem like 2 bad losses at all this year. As now it's going to be a quick screen out to the left side and a couple missed tackles. And now they're on the opposite side of the 50, and the Central Golden Knights are rolling. So not only are we seeing the run out of the Knights, we are now seeing them go airborne with the passing plays. So a first down stops the clock until the chains are set. That'll be a run up the middle. He's got a lot of room to the right side. Stevens is going to take it to the house, and that's a touchdown. And that is a 45-yard touchdown from the Sussex Central Golden Knights. They gave it to Stevens this time. Stevens not as much success on the ground up until that point, but there he is. Blows it open, 45-yard rushing touchdown. And now the Knights are up 13-0. You got to think about that 3rd and 20. Ravens had them on the ropes, and they give up a 3rd and 20 to Sussex Central. And instead, that leads to a 45-yard touchdown out of Stevens. As now the Central Golden Knights coming back on to kick the extra point. And that'll be good. So 14-0 game here. And the Ravens with no answer. You would think the Ravens have to try to get some kind of points on the board on this drive, or else this one could start getting out of hand. So Sussex Central, 2-2 in the season. They're still in the thick of things for the playoff race. If they stack up a few wins, they have a chance to go back to the state tournament where they lost in the semifinals last year, and of course in 2018 were the state champions. So Sussex Central football program, speaks for itself at this point, and where the Ravens are trying to build it up. Of course, new coach Ellingsworth comes in, and they're just trying to set the tone.
Back deep for the Ravens, number 12, Travis Knott. Number 19, Zion Roach.
So Sussex Central will kick it away. And this Ravens offense will try to get something going. If you joined us late, 2 touchdown runs out of the Knights on their first 2 possessions will get them the 14-0 lead. The Ravens have had the ball once, had to punt it away. And the Ravens will get the ball to start the second half. And another miscue on the kickoff by the Ravens. And the ball will start at the 25-yard line. So Deshaun Matthews will lead the offense out here. And what you're going to see from the Ravens tonight is a lot of Connor Ellingsworth. We'll see if he gets the ball here on first down. So they're inside the Ravens huddle. They have to try to get something going on this drive. Matthews gives it off to Ellingsworth. Up the middle. That'll gain a few on the play. About 4 or 5. And the Ravens have to continue getting plays like that. The Central defense has been pretty tough this year, not giving up too many points in any of their games. The most points they've given up in a game is 34 points, but that comes against Smyrna. And Smyrna will just run you and run you and run you all game long. So not a bad 34 given up against Smyrna. But of course, the Ravens defense has not been bad either this year. So 2 tough defenses tonight. Put a man in motion. They give it off to Ellingsworth. Or no, excuse me. They give it off to the right side, and that is Reinecker on the carry. He tries to pick up a few. And so what we've seen 3 set of downs here for the Sussex Tech Ravens, and all 3 of them have led to 3rd and longs. They were able to pick up the first one, unsuccessful in the second one, left a punt, and now here you are, 3rd and 7 for the Ravens. More than likely a pass situation. Reinecker in the backfield this time. Matthews drops back to pass, and the ball slips out of his hands. He's going to have to run now. And now he picks it up, just throws it away. Interesting play. Not sure what happened there on a Matthews. Looks like the ball slipped out of his hands. And an unfortunate mistake, as the Ravens will have to punt it away again. So Sample back to punt again.
Back deep for the Knights, Deuce McGee punting for the Ravens.
Last time Sample out, very good punt out of him. Low snap this time, picks it up. Central brought the rush. And the Ravens defense there, he'll catch the outside block, turning the corner. This is going to be a great punt return. This is going to go all the way to the house. Wow, Sean McGee, he took that play. That play had no business being a 55-yard punt return touchdown, and instead it was, but it looks like a couple whistles on the field. And it looked like it was just an injured player. Touchdown will stand, and what a play by Sean McGee. He turns the corner to put on the Jets, and it's 20-0 here on the west side of Georgetown. Just like that, we saw a methodical first 2 drives out of the Central Golden Knights. Of course, the second drive leading to a 45-yard touchdown. And then there you see the explosive play out of McGee. 20-0. And that's through the uprights, 21-0. And the Ravens, just like that, go from down 7 to down 21. So again, only the third game of the season for the Ravens this year. 5th week of the Delaware High School football season. Only 2 regular season games left until the playoffs. So a shortened season, and it's a sprint to the finish at this point. So Central 21-0 lead, and they will give it back to the Ravens. The Ravens will get the second half kickoff as they had to kick it away to start the game. So this one, a kick deep. Ravens with a chance to return. Again, another mishap with the return, but this time able to get some decent return yards. This drive will start at about the 22-yard line for the Ravens. So the Ravens 2 drives, 2 punts, 3 set of downs, and 3 third and longs at this point. This Central defense has been all over the Ravens so far. So Deshaun Matthews breaks the huddle for the Ravens. And they give it off to Ellingsworth. Maybe picks up one. If not, back to the line of scrimmage. So on all 4 first downs, we have seen carries up the middle for the Ravens offense. So there you get a look from our end zone camera. Now we go back up top. Matthews with it. He's just going to drop back, just look for somebody. Pressure in. He escapes to his right side. He fumbles the ball. And it's a scramble for it. I'm going to think it's going to be Sussex Central. And Central comes away with it. Deshaun Matthews scrambling to his right side, unable to control the ball, and the Central Golden Knights able to come away with it. Here we go. We take a look at the replay, and just Matthews just loses the ball. Jumps on, and of course no clear angle to really dispute the call, but it looked like Central was there on top of it. So now the Golden Knights just start with another great field position here. Ball will be on the 24 to start. Or 23, excuse me. So Gardner under center. He just drops back the pass, is going to throw to the other side, broken up on the play. That was Jeremiah Handy from the Ravens getting a hand on that, breaking that up. Knights just trying to take a shot right there.
That's Jeremiah Handy.
So here we go. We just see Handy come off here to the left side, able to get a hand on it and break up the play. 2nd down and 10 here from the Golden Knights. Of course, Gardner there. There was no fake of the run. Gardner just did a quick drop, look for his man on the right side. Gardner back under center. This time they give it off. Met in the backfield, breaks a tackle. That's Stratton. Ravens having a hard time trying to get Stratton down to the ground tonight. So this will lead a 3rd down for the Ravens. Going to be 3rd and manageable. About 3rd and 4 here. 3rd and 5. Can the Ravens defense get a stop? But at this point, would Sussex Central even think about kicking on a 3rd down or a 4th down? They give it off. That's Stevens on the carry. Stevens met. He's going to push forward. That's going to be close. He should have enough to get, though.
Deion Stevens brought down by 72, Seth Layfield.
And that will be a fresh set of downs for the Knights. 1st and 10. Just outside the 10-yard line. 12 yards until the end zone. Knights looking to make it a 28-0 game. So a lot of scoring coming here in the second quarter. And the Knights are looking to add to it. This one up the middle. Stevens gets it. Stevens, he's too easy for Stevens to go in. That's a 12-yard touchdown run. And that's Stevens' 2nd of the night. And just like that, 27-0, Golden Knights. As we look at the replay, Stevens just big open lane to go right up the middle, just uses a couple cutbacks and he's in. This Tech defense just having a hard time with the amount of misdirection that you can run in this wing T offense. It's tough to stop. And the point after is good, so 28-0. 28-0, just like that. As here's a reverse angle, and you see Stevens just finds that hole right there, and it's just too easy to get in. 28-0. Central would have had to be your favorite coming in, but I don't know if people saw this happening through the first 17 minutes of the game. So 7:08 remaining here in the second quarter. The first quarter went by quick. Central dominated time of possession. Very methodical drive. 7-0 after the first quarter. And now 21 points have been scored within the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. The Sussex Central defense has just absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage against this Ravens offense. So Central now to kick it off. 7 minutes left, second quarter. This one deep, handled by the Ravens. Return off the right side, and he's going to pick up some good yards to get out to about the 41-yard line. As that was Grant Allen able to pick up yards on the play. So good starting field position for this Ravens offense now.
Grant Allen with the return.
So 1st and 10, starting here at the 42, they'll mark it. Very generous spot. So we're going with the wishbone formation now. Ravens decide to change it up, and they have no luck on that. Central defense all over it. So the Ravens go from basically operating under pistol to the wishbone, and the same result. A timeout from the Ravens now. At this point, it looks like the Ravens don't have any answer for this Central defense.
During this timeout, just remember that masks are required in the stadium.
So Central next week
Standing along the fence line is prohibited.
is going to take on Sally's. It's going to be a home game for Sussex Central, as they actually have 2 home games to end the regular season. Of course, Sally's 2-2 on the season entering tonight, so we'll see if they come out with a win, and that could be a matchup of 2 3-2 teams that could really have big playoff expectations and implications next week at Sussex Central. And of course, they finish up at home against Milford. The Ravens, on the other hand, they have a tough task. They have to go up to Smyrna, and then they finish at home against Delcastle. So the Ravens now out of the timeout, 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 42-yard line. They're going to go back to the pistol. And it's going to be a read option. Matthews takes it himself. And that is the second first down of the game for the Ravens. So a fresh set of downs for the Ravens. That time, Matthews keeping it himself on the read option. And a really great decision out of Matthews there. So we'll see if they stick with a type of read option. Maybe they go back to the air here. We'll see what happens. Matthews drops back. Pressure comes. Has to put up something. Overthrown, and that's out of bounds. Matthews just had to get it away. Central brought the pressure there. So we'll look at the replay here. Matthews, just pressure right in his face, has to get the ball away. Smart decision to basically just throw it away. 2nd and 10 now. And the Ravens probably going to look to go back to the air here. And that's going to be a false start on the Ravens. That will back them up 5 yards. 2nd and 15 now. So you look at it, there was a little bit of movement up there on the line, then also down on the bottom portion of your screen out of that shot. I believe it was number 12 on the Ravens. He was trying to get set a receiver on the line. That also may have been one of the calls for the false start. So Matthews back to pass. Pressure in his face. He escapes the pocket off to the right. He's going to try to pick up a few. He's going to take a hit at the end of the play. But he picks up some of the yards lost from the penalty flag and actually picks up a few more. Now a 3rd and 8 for the Ravens offense. Matthews just having to try to make it work at this point. Central bringing pressure from all over the field. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Sussex Central up 28-0. So Matthews, quick screen. They'll go off the left side. That could have been that's a block in the back. It's going to be a
first down for Travis Knopp.
Looks like this play's coming back. It looked like they're going to get Jace Harmon on a block in the back here. And look, if you look right there, block in the back, Jace Harmon, number 55. It looks like that's who they'll get for this call, so that will send the play back. Look, I'll give Tech credit. Good play call there. They're trying to mix it up. I like what they're trying to do. At least they're not staying to the same formula that's gotten them down 28-0. And they're trying to change it up. This was from last week, or excuse me, the first game of the season where the Tech defense looked good. Tech coming away with a couple big interceptions just like you see there. And now we will head back live to a 3rd and 16. We are left. The Ravens, they're going to go quick screen on the opposite side now, and he's running backwards. And that will lose yards on the play, as that was number 19, Zion Roach, freshman for the Ravens. Ended up going backwards more than he did forward. So the punt unit back on for the Ravens. Not much you can do on a 4th and 16 other than just punt the ball away. So Sample back for the punt. Pretty nice punt here. Bobbled. That was a risky return from the Knights, but able to still hold on to it. And that's where the Golden Knights will take over on offense.
Trent Sapna and Connor Ellingsworth.
So 4:32 left, first half action. If you joined us late, well, you missed a lot. 4 touchdowns out of the Knights, all coming on the ground. It was only a 7-0 game at the end of the first quarter, but then an onslaught of points out of the Knights in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, having to do with a punt return touchdown as well and a 45-yard touchdown from Stevens. So now the Knights take back over, 4:32 here, second quarter. They give it off. That's going to be Stevens in the backfield. Stevens just staying behind his blocker, staying patient, and that will pick up yards every single time. So that will leave about a 2nd and 3 here. Maybe the Knights try to go to the air, try to surprise the Ravens here, or they can just keep pounding it on the ground. So this will be the end around of Stratton. Stratton this time met in the backfield. They had some success there in the first quarter on that play. But now it looks like Stevens taking a block of the positive carries. This will remain a 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Can the Ravens defense get a stop? So Gardner will lead the Knights offense up to the line. Gardner under center. And that was Eric Reinecker just jumping. Was trying to time up the snap, trying to get an early head start, and instead that will cost the Ravens a 3rd down opportunity to get a stop. And now it's a 1st down for the Golden Knights. So Central not even having to do anything, and they get the 1st down. Puts a man in motion. That's an end around here from the Knights. Good tackle by Sample, but that's after a big pickup.
That was Andrew Long with the carry.
For the Knights.
Down by Jared Sample.
So now approaching 2 minutes left here, first half action. Can the Knights score before the end of the half? They go shotgun. They're going to change this up. Gardner rolls to his right. Pressure in his face. This one's up. Out of reach for his receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 4 now. So interesting. That's the first time we've seen Central not just not out of their normal formation, and they went to shotgun. So surprising to see that on the second down, but of course their head coach probably looking at the clock starting to wind down and going, we need to try to get the offense moving a little bit. Now 3rd and 4 though. Last time able to get the Ravens to jump off side, still stay back in their normal formation. Gardner back under center. This will go to Stratton. Stratton, good tackle there from the Ravens.
Stratton tripped up by number 12, Travis
That was
Knox.
Travis Knock. A big tackle there, or else that could have gone to the house. We'll keep the clock rolling under 2 minutes. Ravens at this point just looking to hold the Knights and get into halftime. Knights looking to add to their lead. Again, the Ravens do get the ball to start the second half. Pass play here. I think that got deflected at the line of scrimmage. That'll stop the clock. 1:26 remaining.
That pass incomplete, brought to you by Eric Reinecker.
So you saw Gardner here. Look, Gardner tries to do a little bit of a fake, puts the ball right behind him. Not able to fake out the Ravens defense though, but look, they had a couple guys wide open downfield, but the Ravens pressure able to stop that play. 2nd and 10 now. So Gardner back under center. Communicating to the offense, trying to get everything set. That's going to be a timeout for Central now. So Central now with the timeout. Looks like they had some miscommunication before that snap. Probably a very smart timeout to get everything right. Now 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. And we'll see if they come into play here for the remaining time in the first half. So there you go. Look live into the Ravens huddle, where the Ravens have just been outplayed on the line of scrimmage tonight so far. Held their own in the first quarter, but that first 5 minutes of the second quarter, the Ravens just not able to stop the Central Golden Knights. So now we're back to action, 1:28. First half left. Shotgun formation, Gardner, that looked like it had a chance to get picked off. Instead, that's going to be a big gain out of the Knights. That picks up the first down.
Gunnar Abbott brought down by Trent Sapna and Connor Ellingsworth.
That looked like it had a chance to get picked off, but instead the Ravens unable. Look, right here, just an opportunity missed by Reinecker, just out of his reach. Doesn't look like there was much he could do, but that could have been a big swing. Instead, back live, Gardner back to pass. He's going to throw deep, just overthrows his man. That was a pretty good thrown ball by Gardner, just a little bit out of the reach for his tight end. Back to 2nd and 10. So interesting to see, Central go with some more plays in the air. Of course, you would have to think with a minute remaining on the clock that probably has a lot to do with it. But Central tonight, so successful on the ground. Now they're trying to get it done through the air right before half. So Gardner trying to get his offense set. A little bit more miscommunication. And that's going to be a big false start. Can't have 2 guys in motion at the same time. That will back up the Central Golden Knights for 5 yards. So back it up. Be 2nd and 15 now for the Golden Knights. But the way their offense is operated tonight, don't know if that's going to have much of anything that will put a stop in their way. So we got a timeout again on the field. So instead they called a timeout before the penalty is what they're going to say. We'll leave it as a 2nd and 10 now. So a big break for Central. So 1 minute left. Ravens just trying to hold on until halftime. Here, a beautiful night in Georgetown. Weather's starting to turn a little bit cooler. But a beautiful football night. Week 5 action of the Delaware High School football season here live on the Ravens Sports Network. Central trying to find one more way to score. That's going to be a pass play. Almost a great catch from the Golden Knights, but they were just unable to bring it in.
Pass intended for Diego Rodriguez.
And that was Diego Rodriguez just trying to get it in. Would have been a great catch by him. Now it's a 3rd and 10 for the Knights. 54 seconds remaining here at Sussex Tech. We thank you for joining us here tonight as you have witnessed so far a domination of the line of scrimmage from Sussex Central. But the Ravens holding their own, especially the last 7 minutes here in the second quarter. Can they get another stop? 3rd and 10 here, Gardner under center. Gardner's going to look. They're going to give it to Stratton on the end around. Stratton's going to pick it up. Stratton's going to make a few defenders miss. He's going to break a few tackles. He's still not down. Stratton now out of bounds. Big time play from Stratton. Interesting.
Brought down by number 52,
the Knights go with
David
2
DeCampley.
straight run plays, and then, or 2 straight passing plays followed up with a run play on 3rd and 10. And they get the yardage here. But look, Stratton with just such a strong run, they couldn't pull him down. So now we go back live. Ball on the 12-yard line, 40 seconds left. Gardner wide open, just misses his man. Gardner had a man wide open in the end zone. He was just, all he had to do was just put it in the area. As here we'll look at our view from the end zone and just a wide open receiver for the Golden Knights and just unable to get him. That was a surefire touchdown. So 27 seconds left, first half action. Golden Knights 11 yards away from getting into the end zone for the 5th time tonight. It's going to be a fake, back in the middle, just out of his reach again. So what we've seen from the Golden Knights tonight is a great run offense, but just they have not been able to connect in the passing play department. As Gardner had a guy just over the linebacker of Sample, but just out of his receiver's reach again. Gardner, what we've seen from Gardner tonight is he's had the arm strength, he's made plays, it's just he has not been able to quite hit his receivers on target, on stride. And if he's able to hit a few of those guys, this score could be even more drastic than it is now. Will the Knights go back on the run? No, it's a pass play. Met in the backfield. Gardner's going to just take the sack. 15 seconds and the clock's still running. Timeout called
Perkins with the stop
by Sussex Central. And what will Central do here? Do they have a kicker with a long enough leg? As we look at this, look, just all over the play. And that was a great play by Jacob Perkins for the Ravens, just to get to Gardner in the backfield. And that's a huge sack. It looks like the Knights offense is going to stay on the field. Look, 4th and 22 at this point. You got 15 seconds. Field position, you know, it's not like you're going to give the ball back with the Ravens really with any time. So you might as well go for it. This Ravens defense holding their own here in the back half of the second quarter. It was just the beginning of the second quarter. First 5 minutes, the Central Knights scored score 3 touchdowns off of 2 running plays and 1 punt return touchdown. But now the Ravens just at this point, we've said it, just trying to get into the locker room and try to keep it 28-0 because they get the ball to start the second half. So 4th and 22, 14 seconds left. It's going to be a pass. Rolls out to his right. Gardner, he's going to put something up. Back of the end zone, and that's deflected out of play. Great job by the Ravens defense. No flags on the field. We'll have 6 seconds left, and the Ravens offense are going to have to come on. Are we going to see them just try to take a knee at this point and just try to get into half? As we look at the replay, great pressure from the Ravens defense. Look, again, we've talked about it. Gardner with a strong arm, just not really anybody open downfield. He put it in a good spot so that it couldn't get intercepted. But 6 seconds left until we go to halftime. And what will the Ravens offense do? I can't really imagine they're going to try anything of a trick play here, because if we've seen a couple mistakes already lead to some central points, and at this point, if one mistake makes it 35-0, you really can't afford that. But they go pistol, so I wouldn't think we're going to see a knee, but maybe we do see it out of Deshaun Matthews. No, he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it off his right side, and he just overthrew his man. 2.7 seconds left, so one more play able to get off. An interesting call out here from the Ravens to try to get some more yards. I mean, they've only picked up 2 first downs all game, and here they are with 6 seconds, now 2 seconds left, trying to pick up 80 yards. So they should have time for one more play. 2.7 left on the clock here. And the Ravens will just give it off to Ellingsworth, and that will end the first half. So that's the end of the first half action here in Georgetown. Central up 28-0. It was the first 5 minutes of the second quarter that really turned this game around, especially for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. They're able to have a 28-0 halftime lead, as now both teams will head into halftime. But it looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication on the field with the refs. Don't know what that's about, but what we do know is the Ravens will get the ball to start the second half. And the Ravens defense has hung in there, but can they hang in there in the second half? Central went away from the run there at the end of the half just to try to get some points on the board. But we'll be back in 15 minutes after halftime, so enjoy the break, and we'll see you back for the second half live here on the Ravens Sports Network.
The Ravens will receive the second half kickoff.
Welcome back into Georgetown, Delaware. We are here live for second half action with the Sussex Central Golden Knights going up against the Sussex Tech Ravens. It has been an onslaught for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. If you are just joining us, you have missed quite a bit that happened in the second quarter. Central Golden Knights scored 21 points within a 5-minute stretch to start the second quarter. It led to a 28-0 score, and that's where we are at now. Central dominant with the run game all night long, and we will probably see the same in the second half. The Ravens offense only 2 first downs all night. They have struggled mightily, and even to add some more disappointment to Ravens fans, Central was able to return a 45-yard punt return touchdown to add to the board. So here we are ready for the second half action. If you are a Ravens fan, at least you get the ball to start the second half. And just a reminder, in high school, in the second half, if it is a 30-point lead, we start a running clock. Central is 1 score away from doing that. But we will see what the Ravens can do, what they change up here in the second half. We've seen the Ravens run a pistol offense that really hasn't worked up to this point. We've seen a lot of Connor Ellingsworth up the middle, but it has not worked for the Ravens tonight. What we have seen is a lot of the Central offense. They have dominated the time of possession tonight, upwards to 2-1, and we'll see how quick they can get the ball back here. As the second half is underway, somebody's going to have to fall on that for the Ravens. That ball almost out. Wow. Central almost coming up with essentially an onside kick almost at that point. So the Ravens offense takes over. Deshaun Matthews back under center. And we'll see if they continue to try to go to the ground game with Connor Ellingsworth. But instead of going pistol, they'll go shotgun here to start the second half. Put a man in motion. Screen pass out to Ellingsworth over his head, and that will not get the job done. Second down and 10. And it's a beautiful night here in Georgetown, Delaware. Temperatures dipping below 50 degrees now. But for a mid-November Friday night, you really can't argue for anything better. Winds at kickoff were 4 miles per hour out of the southwest, and it has stayed pretty light throughout the game, with 2 running attacks here for their offenses. Wind really not a factor, even if it was gusty. Looks like we have Deshaun Matthews with an audible here. Interesting to see that. They'll go back. Matthews with some pressure escapes to his pocket to the right, throws up something, and he's just out of bounds. So Matthews has 1 completion on the night, and it was his first pass from scrimmage in the first quarter that was able to be a third down conversion. The Ravens have only had 2 third down conversions, and they've been stuck in third and longs all night long. As we look at the replay here, Matthews rolling out to his right, just throwing this one out of bounds, really nothing there. And the Central Golden Knights getting pressure to Matthews once again. So Deshaun Matthews and this Ravens offense haven't got anything going tonight. Can they pick up their third down conversion of the night? Matthews audibling at the line. And Matthews will scroll to his right. And he's got nothing. He's got nothing. And that's intercepted. Intercepted by Sussex Central. Was he in bounds, though? They rule him out. They rule him out, unable to get the foot in, but just a great play. I don't know what Deshaun Matthews was thinking there. It looked like he had a couple opportunities to possibly just take it himself, and instead he ran out of real estate, forced to the sideline, had to throw something up for grabs. And this is something that we've seen often tonight. We'll see Sample come out to punt. Of course, the Knights were able to get a punt return touchdown earlier in the game. As now Sample will punt this one away, end over end. We'll see if he gets a good bounce. And the Ravens able to kind of flip the field position here, but that really has not mattered for the Knights tonight. 28-0 here in Georgetown. Only 35 seconds come off the clock from that Ravens possession, and it's 11:25 left, and the Knights take over. A quiet scene with all the regulations. Not many fans in attendance tonight. No band halftime performance. But the one thing that stayed the same is Friday night football here in Georgetown. Crosstown rivalry. Sussex Central versus Sussex Tech. As now we see Gardner under center for the Knights. They'll give it off to Stevens in the backfield. And no, that's Stratton on the carry. They did the end around misdirection. And Stratton's just been a hard player to get taken down tonight. So the Knights gain a couple. We'll call it a gain of 4 on the play. We'll lead a 2nd and 6. So you'll see this formation a lot out of Sussex Central. A lot of misdirection. This time right up the middle. Central, Stevens, just a wide open lane. They flip to the other side of the 50, down at the 44-yard line, and Stevens with another big carry. He had a 45-yard touchdown earlier in the game, and it looks like his ground game will continue. Just a wide open lane there for Stevens. It's hard to stop any running back when he's given that big of a lane to run. So a fresh set of downs here for the Knights. They'll give it off this time on the side. He stays on his feet, tackled. We'll tackle him in bounds. That was Trent Sapna on the tackle for Sussex Tech. And the Central Golden Knights will pick up a fresh set of downs here as they had dominated time of possession and just dominated the line of scrimmage tonight. The Ravens have had no answer on really either side of the ball. The Ravens to this point have been outplayed on all 3 phases of the game. That's whistles will blow that play dead. Looks like it's going to be a false start, and it is. That will back up the Central Golden Knights 5 yards, but that really has not stopped them at all tonight. There was a big play if you joined us late. It was second quarter. Ravens had the Central Golden Knights pinned down at around the 10, 15-yard line. Had a big, long 3rd and 20, and the score was only 7-0. And the Central Golden Knights converted the 3rd and 20. That really changed the momentum of the game. And now here we are, 28-0. So 1st and 15 after the false start penalty. This time they give it off to Stratton on the end around. Stratton will head back up north and south.
Ellingsworth with the tackle.
As he's able to pick up a few. That was a good tackle by Connor Ellingsworth on the play. He plays both sides of the ball. And that was a gain of about 8 on the play, so that will leave a 2nd and 7 for this Central offense. Again, as Central scores here, we will see a running clock. Puts a man in motion, Gardner does. And looks like this is going to be offsides on the Ravens. So give the Knights 5 yards here and mark that as a 2nd and 3. We'll just see the Ravens just hop off sides right here, just trying to get a head start. Doesn't look like there was too much there to be called, but nonetheless, a penalty on the Ravens. Second and 3. Gardner gives it off to Stevens this time. Stevens, big lane, He'll be marked down. 11-yard line, fresh set of downs for the Knights. This is what they've done all night. Just long, methodical drives. Kills the time off the clock, and they score points. It's really hard to stop a power offense like this. This Ravens offense has struggled all year, and it's evidence in this game. The defense, on the other hand, has held their own. Tonight, they are being tested. That's a sweep to the outside. Great tackle. What a tackle. That was Grant Allen. Big tackle, or else that was probably going to be a touchdown. And there you see just Allen just grabs him by the jersey. Or else that may have been another Central score. This time given off to Stratton. Stratton's been a tough guy to get down all night, and they'll get him down at the 4-yard line.
David, you can't believe with the tackle.
So now approaching the halfway point here in the third quarter. Ball is on the 4-yard line. That's where they'll mark it at. This will leave a third down and about 3. So the Knights can still pick up a first down without getting into the end zone. Imagine you'll see them go back to the ground here. They go to a pitch out to the right side. Stevens, Ravens defense all over it. But we get a couple flags at the end of the play. It's going to be a hold. On the offense, you would think they have to decline this, right? You would think, because you have...
But a hold against the Knights.
No, they're going to back them up. I guess the Ravens' thinking on this has to be that they were going to go for it on 4th down, and they weren't sure that they were going to stop them again. So if you give them 2 chances at 3rd and 13, maybe you get a stop. It's tough to take the 4th down off the board, though. And that's exactly what the Ravens did. We'll see if that plan backfires for them, because we've seen them give up 3rd down conversions left and right basically all night long. So they'll mark the ball back now on the 17, as it's a 3rd and 14 for the Knights. The holding penalty costs them. They'll go screen out to the left side. He's just beat. He's beat. They took the 4th down. Did he lose the ball at the end? Did he lose the ball? No, they're going to mark him out of bounds. Did he get the first down? So many questions here with the spot, and they give him the first down. So a lot happening on that play. As you saw, Sean McGee stretch for the end zone, and he lost the ball, but they marked him out. We're gonna go back to a replay here. They're gonna give him the first down. So we see the screen pass back out to McGee. McGee takes it, jukes out the Ravens defender, and McGee is off. They'll mark him out of bounds, but then he lost the ball at the end too. Looked like he got into the end zone before that, but they marked him out. Interesting call there. Fresh set of downs for the Central Golden Knights. 5:33 on the clock, and they're gonna try to march in and make this a running clock. They'll do exactly that. Stratton gets on the board. It is 34-0 here in Georgetown. As you just look at this, and it's like the sea was parted for Stratton to come right up the middle. As now we'll see the point after crew come on. It's been 4 for 4 tonight so far on the PATs. Central kicker has. Can he make it 5 for 5? And he makes it 5 for 5. 35-0. And once the kickoff begins, the rolling clock will start here. So the way the rolling clock works is that will stay until the Ravens can make it not a 30-point deficit. And if that does not happen, it'll be a rolling clock for the rest of the game. There is a few exceptions, with timeouts and injuries and stuff like that. But for the most part, it stays a rolling clock. So if you joined us late, well, you missed a domination from Sussex Central to this point. And we thank you for joining us here. As you see, we're in the third quarter. Under 5 minutes remaining. We've got a running clock going on right now. So thank you for joining the Ravens Sports Network. I'm Patrick Casson. On behalf of the whole sportscasting team, we thank you for joining us tonight. Battle of Georgetown, got a lot of people tuning in tonight. Of course, you got Brendan Warner tuning in. You got the boys from the Social Sports Hour podcast, Josh Klein and Dave Klein. So, Battle of Georgetown, we're live here on YouTube. Rolling clock here. And the Ravens will get the ball back. And Roach will pick it up and carry it in for the Ravens. Jukes out a few guys. Oh, almost had a lane there. That would have been the most exciting play we've seen from the Ravens tonight, but instead, Central able to make a tackle. 4 minutes left, second quarter. Ravens, I'm assuming we'll see them probably stay in the shotgun here, just like they did on the first possession. Again, you look at Central's upcoming games, and a big one next week at home at Sussex Central. Sally's comes down to play them, and that could be a game that means a whole lot as far as the Delaware football playoff race. Pistol back formation. And that time they were trying to give it to Sample. They tried to give it to number 7 for the Ravens. And look, the Ravens have not gotten anything going on offense. I think that speaks a lot to the Central defensive line and that they've just been prepared just to go on some of the Ravens' offensive struggles. And again, I don't want to say anything bad, and get on these guys too much, but they've only scored 15 points all year. And of course, there's been a lot of turnover in this roster, and I'm sure Coach Ellingsworth is trying to build something here. But tonight they have not had success. Give it off to Sample again. Sample almost loses the ball. Was almost able to get to the 40.
Jared Sample with the carry.
So this will lead another 3rd and long. Mark it up as a 3rd and 7. Ball will be placed at the 39-yard line as we are approaching the end of the third quarter here. 35-0. Sussex Central up. Jashawn Matthews back under the pistol formation. They'll go just a quick pass out to the right. Is he going to fight for the first down? I don't think they're going to get it. He was looking there for
Ravens first down.
Wow, they're gonna mark him as a first down. They're gonna give him that, and of course, that was Alex Adams there on the reception for the Ravens. So Jashawn Matthews able to connect the third down conversion to Adams, and they pick up the first down. So they'll stay in the pistol after trying to go to the shotgun last possession. Sample, look, they brought in the big boy Sample, and Sample is going to town.
Sample with a great run.
So Sample, he's been a guy that's just checked into the game on the offensive side for the Ravens. As we'll see the run from Sample, just breaks a couple tacklers. That's the second time he almost lost the football on this drive. So now we'll have, they marked it as a first down, so a fresh set of downs for the Ravens. The Ravens now matching on this drive 2 first downs as they have the whole game previous. Sample again with the rush, this time met in the backfield. Able to pick up not anything. He was able just to get back to the line of scrimmage. As it looks like the clock will wind down before this play gets off. As now we are under 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 7 points scored for the Knights. That's all in the third quarter. And at this point, I mean, if you're a Ravens fan, you just got to be going, can we avoid the shutout? Well, you'll have 12 minutes, and you got the ball to try to do that. Here's some positives that I've seen from the Ravens. And this goes for something that I don't think you've seen a whole lot in years past. Of course, now you have a fresh coach here, okay? Coach Quinlan, that had been with this program so long, now with the Seaford Blue Jays. So now you have really a new era here at Sussex Tech. And personally, what I have to say is I've really liked what the Ravens offense has done with at least trying to change formations, trying to change something. They haven't had success. I think too many times during the previous coaching era, you saw offenses and defenses just stick with what they did, and it didn't work, and they didn't make adjustments, and they just kept trying to do the same thing. But at least tonight, you have to they went shotgun. At one point, they went with the wishbone. The Ravens have tried stuff, and I think you have to give them credit for that. Now, you look at the Knights, obviously a better team tonight. They've controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides, and they've really beat the Ravens in all three phases of the game. So we'll go back to the pistol formation to start here in the fourth quarter. Butter, that's his nickname, Jashawn Matthews, able to hit his man. Alex Adams again with the catch. Look, I'll give Matthews credit there. That was a bullet of a throw to Adams, but then only picked up 3 yards. So 11 minutes left here in Georgetown. Running clock, 35-0, Sussex Central up. Spread, go screen out to the right side, and we've seen that earlier in the game. And Ravens will go for it on fourth down here. Why not? Nothing to lose at this point. Gained a few yards on that play. Of course, he was looking for Zion Roach. He's just a freshman. So that's what you have to like about it if you're the Ravens. You have some young players on this team. You have some young talent. Now Jashawn Matthews, 4th and 5. Looks out to his, just overthrows his man. It looked like they had him. But the Central Golden Knights will take over on downs. Matthews was trying to find Travis Knock and just overthrew his man. It looked like if that was in stride, it looked like that maybe would have picked up the first down. So we're going to see a timeout from the Knights here, which will stop the clock. So this Ravens defense, with their worst performance of the year so far, but I don't think they've met an offense quite like this. And unfortunately for the Ravens, it doesn't really get any easier as they have to travel up to Smyrna. Thanksgiving weekend next weekend on Friday, 7 p.m. start, and then they're back home to conclude the season against Del Castle on December 4th, and you can watch that game right back live here on the Ravens Sports Network starting at 7 o'clock. So we're back to the running clock, and the Knights offense back on the field. we have a new quarterback under center, and that's Troy Morris. And we have new running backs. We basically have brought in the second team if you're Sussex Central, and that on the carry was Trasmere Willis. So now we see the sophomore quarterback come in, and we see a couple sophomore halfbacks come in as well. A great time for the Knights to get some experience for some of their future varsity players. So this time, up the gut, Morris gives it off. Would be enough for a first down. And that time it was Christopher Shields on the carry, another sophomore. So an even spot here on the 50. As we'll look to see Central probably just keep pounding it on the ground. And the Ravens defense there to stop at that time. And I will have to give the Ravens defense some credit. It looks like they struggled a little bit early, but they were able to make some adjustments to kind of figure out, okay, set the edge. Okay, watch out for Stevens up the middle. Unfortunately, the offensive line for the Knights were just much better tonight. But the defense for the Ravens, you have to look at it, they held their own. Still 8.5 left in Georgetown. Morris gives it up the gut there, and he'll be a little bit short of the first down. We'll leave about a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, depending on the spot. It looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 1. So fourth quarter, 8 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 1. Can Central pick it up? Morris now in quarterback for the Knights. They give it to the sophomore. He's going to pick up the first down, and Willis with the carry. Fresh set of downs for the Golden Knights. And Central keeps the chains moving. So we'll see Central go back to the ground here. And they give it off that time on the carry again. This time a Christopher Shields on the carry. And Noah Milner was in on the tackle for the Ravens. So it'll be second down. Second down to 5 they'll mark it at. As the Knights have unloaded their second team. This time the end around, and the Ravens defense all over that stop. Mark it down as 3rd down and 5. Looked like he had enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Ball now on the 32. And the Knights just running with the rolling clock. This time a handoff to the right side will be met, and that's going to be short of the first down. What will the Knights do? Knights will keep the offense on the field, and they're going to go for it on 4th and... They'll mark it at 4th and 2. Can the Ravens get a stop at this point? So the Ravens unfortunately missing 2 games because of some cancellations. So really this is only the 3rd game they've played this season in week 5. Just a quarterback sneak right up the middle. The Ravens defense not expecting that, and that's a quarterback sneak for 6 yards. Fresh set of downs, and the Knights offense stays on the field. So 1st and 10, we're under 5 left in Georgetown. They give it off in the end around. The Ravens defense expecting that one this time. Was caught off guard before on the QB sneak. This one met with a tackle for a loss. Going to be about a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. As you see the replay, Ravens defense just swarming to the backfield in that one. So 2nd and 12 here. And Morris will keep it on the right side here. Just going to try to outrun the Tech defense. He gets inside to the 10-yard line. He's going to be on the 15. And that was Luke Weston for the tackle for the Ravens.
Luke Weston with the tackle.
As there you see the replay, Morris just didn't want to go down. Just kept it off the outside, stayed with the fake. They'll mark him down, 16-yard line. A 3rd and 2 now for the Golden Knights. That was a pickup of 10 for Morris. They'll give it up the gut this time to the sophomore. And Christopher Shields will pick up the 1st down. That time in for the Ravens was Zachary Schott.
Zach Schott with the stop.
So 1st and 10, actually 1st and goal now. Three minutes remaining. Ball on the other side of the field now. 1st and goal. A time-consuming drive out of the Knights here, as we've seen them pick up multiple 3rd down conversions. So this week 5 of Delaware High School football wrapping up here in Georgetown. Crosstown rivalry in Sussex Central. The one thing that we learned tonight is they still have the Ravens number. The Ravens unable to beat Central. It's been a run. And nothing changed tonight. Interesting enough, it seemed that the Ravens have played better at Sussex Central than at home against Central, as we see Morris just take a knee. A classy move from Sussex Central not to run up the score. Already a running clock with 35-0. Looks like it's going to be our final here, assuming that everything stays its way. So with this, you look ahead next week. Big showdown against Sally's for Central, which will have playoff implications. Both teams possibly, well, we know that Sussex Central will be going into that game 3-2. Possibly Sally's will join them at 3-2. Sally's lucking out. Of course, the governor, John Carney, coming out with a ruling saying that sports teams can no longer play out-of-state teams. Sally's had 2 out-of-state opponents, but they have already played both of them, so they'll keep a full schedule. As now Sally's turns their attention down to Georgetown to play the Golden Knights, and that's going to be a good one to watch next week at Sussex Central. And then, of course, Sussex Central finishes up against Milford on December 4th at 7 p.m.
Once the game is over, please.
So we'll see Morris take one more knee here. And that will finish off the game. We'll wait for him to get 40 seconds, and he does. That is the last snap. And it's going to be a 35-0 score here in Georgetown. Well, if you're a Ravens fan, you got to ask, what can we build on for next week? Well, you build on how the defense played in the second half, and you build on that the offense was able to at least switch some things up. We'll see what the Ravens will do next week at Smyrna, and of course Central, a big-time game, big-time matchup against Sally's, as the clock is winding down, under 5 seconds, and when the horn sounds, it will be official. It's a 35-0 win for Sussex Central here in the crosstown rivalry, as the two teams will line up to shake hands. Week 5 of Delaware High School football is wrapped up here in Georgetown, Delaware. So on behalf of our whole team, as you see the credits rolling up now, we thank you for joining us here live on YouTube for Sussex Tech football. You can catch us back live on December 4th as the Ravens wrap up their season against Del Castle here at home for a 7 p.m. start. So Patrick Casson, on behalf of the whole Sussex Tech sportscasting team in the Ravens Sports Network, we thank you for joining us tonight.